One of the noticeable things we can do to increase our personal stock is to increase the level of our physical attractiveness. People always have a first impression, and the better first impression you make, the more people will be receptive to you. Most people do not look the best that they can look. When a person is not in good physical shape or is overweight, they become less physically attractive to members of the opposite sex. Now, you may never have movie star looks, but you should do the best you can to be more physically appealing to members of the opposite sex. If you are fat, don't play the victim game. Don't say to yourself that it is genetics, because that is nonsense. If you are overweight, it is because you either eat too much or don't exercise enough, or both. Now, some people may have a harder time losing weight, but it can be done. The more you move, the more calories you will burn, and that is science. The less you eat, the fewer calories you have to burn to look good. That is also a scientific fact. If you play the "it's out of my control" game, then you will not make the changes that could help you find a good spouse. I don't mean to be hard, but I mean to be honest. By not being honest, no good comes from it. If you are overweight, people are not going to find you as attractive. If you are severely overweight, most people are going to think you're grotesque. Now, maybe some people have a thing for overweight people, but that is not normal. That is what is called a fetish. And you know what? That is the way it should be. People should be attracted to individuals who have their act together. And if you are overweight, then this is a sign that you do not have self-control and that you don't have your act together. So people aren't going to find you attractive. Nature has caused us to evolve to find people attractive who have their act together, because it is the most likely thing to perpetuate our posterity. If you are happy being overweight and are not going to do anything to change that, then your best bet is to look in realms where you find people who have a comparable stock themselves. If you are overweight, look for other people who are overweight. If someone else is also overweight, they are going to be far more likely to be able to relate to you. They are also going to have far fewer people pursuing them for a relationship as well. So there isn't going to be much competition. And you know what? There is nothing wrong with two overweight people loving each other and accepting one another for who they are. I have met many overweight couples who are the happiest people you could ever meet because they have so many things in their relationship going for them. But being overweight lowers their appeal and stock to other people. There is still a pool of potential partners, but the pool is smaller when you don't look your best. It is a pool instead of a lake or ocean. Now, that does not mean that being overweight is the only thing that matters. There are some people who have so much charm, charisma, and money that people are willing to overlook some of the drawbacks of that person being overweight. So if you are overweight and want to increase your personal stock, then get into shape. Now, the key is to get into shape, not become stick thin. People are attracted to a healthy person of the opposite sex, not an unhealthy one. Now, a fat person is obviously not healthy, but an anorexic or bulimic looking person is not healthy either. As a straight man, I can tell you that I am attracted to a woman who is a little curvy. Not a woman who is fat, but a woman who is a little curvy. Now, the term curvy in this day and age has become to mean someone who is fat, but I mean it in the more traditional manner as being a woman who is a little more athletic, with some muscle tone and a woman's body. I am not entirely attracted to someone who is stick thin. Become healthy with a toned body, and you will be more appealing to members of the opposite sex. Also, make sure that you have good hygiene. Be clean and make sure you smell good. Take a shower daily and wear deodorant, especially if you get sweaty during the day. Now, I don't mean to insult you by saying this. Most of you have common sense, at least in this regard. But there are a few who may listen to this who don't get that right, so I do need to at least mention it.